Welcome back to Happy Job Hunting. During this video, we will discuss one of my most favorite techniques. And for this, I'm going to use the most common technique that interviewers use when performing behavioral interviews. This is the STAR interview. It's related to the situation, task, action, and also the result. Do you remember the last time you have been interviewed by a recruiter? Perhaps you remember that you been asked questions that started with these phrases such as, tell me about a time when could you please describe a situation when you performed X, Y, or Z? What happened and how did you do it? Describe a moment when you, etc. We're going to evaluate what the technique is and how to be fully prepared to achieve the result of being selected. Part of the success for you to be selected is you need to be prepared and you need to study what the company is looking for. Interviewers normally want to see what happened in a specific situation, everything in the past. Alright, so we are going to discuss what the STAR technique is, but I want to bring it into the situation that is related to the position that you're going to apply to, and also the company's culture. In order to be fully prepared about what situations I'm gonna be asked, the only way to get to know this is by researching about the companies. For this, I would recommend you to review the company values and behaviors, and also to review the job description and to pay a lot of attention to the job description. You have to ask yourself, what is the soft skill that is related to this responsibility? I'm, as a recruiter, the principal thing that I need to review on a candidate when interviewing them is to check the identified candidate would be a match for the company first. I'm going to give you all the basic secrets for you to be the selected candidate. So let's go to review it.
Perfect. So let's evaluate what the STAR technique is. So first, situation. We need to describe the context which we perform a job position. We face a challenge at work or a task that we needed to accomplish. For this, we need to give all the summarized detail for the interviewer to understand the complexities of the situation we were involved with. The questions that you need to ask yourself will be, what was the situation, the problem, the challenge I faced? So remember this and you're going to identify the situation. Second, task. This is related to your responsibilities and the objective of the situation you already described. So for this, a question to ask yourself would be, what was my responsibilities? What was the objective of everything? What I needed to accomplish? Then action. Detail the actions you took to complete and address the situation and tasks. For this, you need to focus on what you did rather than other people did. And this is super important because I have heard amazing candidates, super top talent, that they make this common mistake by telling what their partners did. They don't want to hear about others. They want to hear from you. Then the result. Finally, explain the outcomes generated by the action you have taken. For this, you need to emphasize what you accomplished and what you learned. This is the most important part of your response to the interview question. After explaining what you did, the ultimate question is, well, all of that was amazing, but what was the result of your action? What was the outcome? What happened? How did the event end? What did you accomplish? What did you learn? What were the results? What were the profit of, the metrics? You need to really show the result and be prepared with data and experiences and all the things that surrounded that. Here, I have heard a lot of candidates that they want to elaborate a lot, and unfortunately, I need to jump into the next one. You have to be as specific as possible. Go straight to the point. Don't even take more than 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of all the start situation. To be honest, there are 1 million scenarios that the interviewer of the other people in front of you will ask. In order to be fully prepared, you need to recognize what is most important about the situation. They won't ask you about things that you have never done. They will ask you about things that are either in your resume, they are expecting from you. And the secret for this is to first remember what you did in the past, because I have seen a lot of folks that they had amazing experiences that they have been doing their positions for a long time and they quite forgotten what they already did. Please be prepared with examples. It will be very helpful for you to identify what really matters and what the interviewer will ask you. This will be focusing on the company's values and behaviors. It will be focusing on the critical job deliverables that you can identify in the job description. About the position's most relevant soft skills. There are thousands of soft skills out there, but not all of them are applying for each position. You need to remember previous experiences where you face a challenge, a problem, or a thing that it was very tough. The bigger and the more difficult, the better. You have to identify the examples that you think or consider they were the most challenging ones for you to reach. Now, just to give you another examples of top behavioral interview questions. Normally, people want to get to know about you, and the things that you may hear from them is, tell me about a stressful situation at work and how you handle it. What happened? What was the result? What did you do? And be prepared for negative questions too. Describe a time when you disagree with your supervisor, or how did your supervisor react? What was the result? Were you able to solve that? Relationship with your supervisor was damaged? Have you ever had a deadline that you weren't able to meet? What happened? What did you do? What was the result? What was expected? And they just keep going, because guess what? I just realized that hiring managers love these negative questions. They want to get to know, and they want to get to know not only the situation and your ability to solve these problems, but they want to get to know what you have learned from those mistakes. And this is very important, guys, since we all are humans. I have made thousands and thousands of mistakes. Another things, tell me about a time when you had to fight for an idea at work. Tell me about a time when you needed to manage a difficult project. What was the project about? What happened? The solution? What was the worst customer you have had, for people that they are related with customer service or sales? The only way to be fully prepared is to identify what I explained to you. The key deliverables, what makes someone successful in a position. And you can gather data, examples of employees and associates that they are already working in the company that can give you examples of what did the interviews go, what were the questions that the interviewers asked. The majority of times they are pretty similar to one another, and they're only focusing depending on what makes someone successful in that position and in that area and in that company. So it is important for you to review, no matter how good you are. If you're not prepared, you won't be selected. So you have to keep working on that one. Alright, so this is all for now. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I see you in the next video. Bye!